Hi all, I'm Dee and welcome to Decode's YouTube channel. So in the last video, I covered the questions in verbal ability, sentence selection, sentence correction, and then reading comprehension, and all of these questions I solved. So in this part, I'm going to be solving sentence completion, and then para jumbles, one word substitution, and all of this spotting an analogy, fill in the blanks, and everything. So this is for Infosys verbal ability section of assessment that I'm solving. If you haven't watched the before part, just go and watch and continue with this. So let's just start with this, but before that I'd like to show you my YouTube channel Decodes. The purpose of this channel is to help students who are preparing for their placements to crack each round easily. So I've got various playlists going on for each companies. Right now I'm doing Infosys. We have Deloitte, Renault, Nissan, Cognizant, Accenture, Wipro, Hexaware, LTIMindtree, Zoho, internship and hiring updates. Everything is grouped into these playlists. You can go and watch this. This will be really useful for you if you're preparing for your placements, 2026 batch or even 2025 batch, 24, anyone. And just share this videos with your friends, my channel with your friends who are all preparing for their interviews as well. So now let's get into this. Okay, so here I'm talking about the sentence completion part. He dash his colleague's advice and regretted later. You will mostly complete the sentence by entering the verb. Let's see this. He dash his colleagues and regretted later. You regret something when you don't take something into consideration. So when you ignore it, if you had taken, you would not have regretted. So the correct answer is ignore. But is it ignored or will ignore? So regretted is ed is past form. This is the V2 form. That is the past form. But they're talking about the past here. So ignored will be the correct one. Dismiss is not a correct usage because you can't dismiss an advice. You only ignore an advice. Okay. You dismiss like a group of people when they gather together. You can dismiss an assembly, right? Okay. The CEO insisted that the project deadline dash by all departments. So here I'm talking about the insisted part. This is a subjunctive mood. Subjective mood means subjunctive. Subjunctive. Subjunctive mood means when you're talking about insisting, suggesting, advising, those are all subjunctive mood. So when you see the word insisted, suggested, recommended, advised, that is subjunctive, and the verb should be in its base form. The verb should be in its base form, which means, so let's take, takes, took, will take. These are all different forms of the verb take. So this is the base form, and you add does to this. Does plus take becomes takes. Did plus took becomes took. Will plus takes comes as will take. So you need to take the base form. You will only take basically. So here you can see deadline. You can see is met, be met, should meet, met. So CEO insists that the project deadline is met. You should not take is met. Should meet. That is not also the base form. Met is not also a base form because did plus meet is met. Be met. That is the correct one over here. So CEO insisted that the project deadline be met by all departments. So you add B and it becomes the base form. Okay. After the system crash, the team worked dash and restored operations quickly. After the systems crash, the team worked uh, like when there is a huge operation in front of you, you work tirelessly. You don't work tired, tiring, tireless. This is tirelessly and restored operations quickly. When you do something in a way, you put adverb tirelessly. That is an adverb. It talks about the verb. Worked tirelessly. You do a work tirelessly. So tirelessly is an adverb. You talk about the verb. So that's why you don't only take tireless, you take tirelessly. Despite the heavy rains, the event dash is scheduled. The event Let's see. Despite the heavy rain, when despite comes, here this should be in the past form. Despite the heavy rain, the event took place as scheduled. Took place as scheduled. Took place as scheduled. This is the verb to form. Take place, has taken place, will takes place. These are wrong. Okay. Now, she has been promoted dash exceptional performance over the past year. So, when you do something, you get promoted for it. So she has been promoted for exceptional performance over the year, not by, not through, not because. Answer is for. Para jumbles, like how you read through the paragraphs in the comprehension, reading comprehension, you should also read all the sentences properly to correctly connect this. Well, now let's take a look. The one advice that I would give you is each sentence is connected by the end part. The end part of the first sentence connects with the starting part of the second sentence. That is how you connect two sentences. Let's see. The rise of e-commerce has transformed the way people shop, offering convenience and a wide variety of products. We're talking about e-commerce, how convenient it is. Traditional retail stores face increasing pressure to innovate or risk losing customers to online platforms. So, e-commerce has transformed. So, traditional retail stores are facing a risk. And online reviews and personalized recommendations help consumers make informed decisions before purchasing. Despite the growth of online shopping, physical stores still play a crucial role in providing tactile experiences and immediate service. Okay, so here A and B are connected as you can see. Because of the rise of e-commerce, traditional retail stores are facing pressure. So A follows B, and like connect these sentences, look for the options. You have only one option, which is this one. You can easily choose this if you're sure about this. That's how you save time. And let's see how these two are connected. Online reviews and personalized recommendations help consumers make informed decisions before purchasing. Now, this is a totally different thing. Um, Traditional retail stores are facing pressure, increasing pressure. This might be connected in a way like online reviews are helping people. So, because of that, retail stores are also facing this. Different but same at the same time. Despite the growth of online shopping, physical stores. So, you can see the first point they're talking about the online store, and then physical store, online store, and then physical store. This is a way of connecting four sentences, and it sounds right. This is how you connect it. Next question. Next question, I would suggest you to solve this question and put the answer in the comment section below. I'll attach this PDF in the description box. You can go through this or just pause this and put the comment, and I'll tell you if you've connected it correctly or not. Now, one word substitution. One word substitution is pretty difficult actually. If they ask easy words, you can easily interpret the meaning. But if it is difficult, then it's pretty difficult to decipher, right? So let me you need to solve a lot of these questions, read a lot of newspaper, improve your vocabulary to be able to solve this easily, because the level of difficulty is not easy, it's medium to high. So it will be difficult. Select the single word for the given definition. So they'll give you a definition, you have to select a word for it. A person who believes that events are always determined by fate and cannot be changed by human effort. So this person believes only on fate. So the answer is fatalist actually. Fatalist is a person who believes on fate. An optimist is a person who thinks positively. Who thinks positively. Pragmatist is a person who is sensible and practical in their approach of living life. If a person is sensible and practical in approaching their life's problem, you can call them as a pragmatist. And determinist is a person who believes that everything that happens in the life is predetermined. It's already determined. So that is what is a determinist. Okay. So the answer would be fatalist. And a long wandering and often difficult journey from one place to another is called what? Expedition, odyssey, sojourn, trek. So The correct answer would be Odyssey, because sojourn is a short travel. Trek is somewhere you would discover, you would go through mountains, walk through mountains, long trek. That is trek, forests, mountains. Um, Expedition is just traveling from one destination to another, but an Odyssey, it's a long wandering. Expedition is a travel that you do, basically. If you want to travel from your hometown to somewhere long, you would do an expedition. But Odyssey is actually a long wandering and difficult journey. Expedition is mostly can be made difficult or cannot be made difficult, but an Odyssey is always difficult. A person who claims principles they do not consistently practice. Okay, so martyr is a person who dies for a cause. Hypocrite is a person who uh, like claims principle but they don't practice in their life. For example, a hypocrite would utter bad words, but I mean, a hypocrite would utter bad words, but he or she would advise to another person not to use bad words, right? So that person is a hypocrite. And you have another two words, zealot and iconoclast. Zealot is an excessively passionate person about a cause, like basically a fanatic about a cause. And iconoclast is a person who challenges or attacks established beliefs or traditions. That is an iconoclast who challenges beliefs or tradition. Okay, correct answer is hypocrite. A speech or piece of writing that praises someone very highly. So let's go through this. Eulogy is a piece of writing that praises someone very highly. Correct answer is eulogy. And elegy. Elegy is a poem or song of mourning for the dead. It's a poem or song written to mourn for the dead. This is not the answer. Critique is like a detailed analysis or an evaluation that can be positive or negative. And tribute is a general act, a statement or gift showing respect or admiration for a person. It's not necessarily a speech, but something like an action. Now, the art of assigning blame or finding fault unnecessarily. You might thinking fault finding, but no, fault finding it's not the proper answer. Correct answer is cavilling. You can say nitpicking. You might have heard the word nitpicking. So that is a person who assigns blame or finds faults. And culpability is responsibility or blame for a fault or a wrong. When you do something wrong and you are blamed for it, you are culpable. That is culpability. Cavilling, I explained. Fault finding is not the answer. Similar, but it's less formal. Denunciation is public accusation. Now, let's go to spotting error. Now, each part, it may contain an error, it might not. If yes, you choose that part. If not, you choose no error. D is no error. A to C, some error. Fine. The new policy has been implemented without consulting all relevant stakeholders. Let's see. The new policy, okay, the policy, okay, this is not wrong. They're talking about the policy. The is correctly used, the article. And the policy is singular, so it's correct. Has is correct. Has been implemented. That is correct usage of this word. Present perfect tense. That is pretty correct. Without consulting all relevant stakeholders. This is pretty correct overall. Without consulting all relevant stakeholders. They've used constructed words correctly. So nothing is wrong. So you choose the option D for this. Now, despite of the difficulties, the team completed the project ahead of schedule. When you use despite, of shouldn't come. Always remember it's in spite of or despite. Despite of doesn't exist. So the answer is option E. He is one of those people who always intends to improve their skills. He is he is a singular, is a singular noun. Is a singular verb for the singular noun. This is correct. One of those people, pretty correct. When you use one of, This should always be in plural. So this is correct. Who always intends to improve their skills. So here, he is one of those people who always intends. The this should be intent, because here they're talking about this one of those people, this particular part over here. Here you have he and people, and this uh, intents. So when you see, like, let me explain it this way. You have he and one of these people, right? Who always denotes the just the preceding thing, the people. So people is plural, you choose the plural verb, which is intend. So this is the answer. If she would have known about the system fault, she would have postponed the lunch. This comes under if clause. If clause rule. If someone, if she had blah blah blah, she would have. This is the correct structuring of the words. So here, if she had known about the system fault, she would have postponed the lunch. The correct option is A. The analysis data were presented in the meeting yesterday. I want you guys to answer in the comment section below. Fine. Now let's go to the next analogy. Pretty easy. You will get medium. You can easily solve this. Keyboard, typing, pen. So what is analogy? Two words are connected through something. You need to understand that and connect this word to something. Keyboard is used for typing. Pen is used for writing. As simple as that. Don't overthink. If you overthink, you might end up saying draw, because you can use a pen to draw, right? Surgeon, operation. Pilot, what? Surgeon does operation. Pilot, he flies the plane. So flight. Atom, molecule, letter. So you combine different atom to form a molecule. You combine letter to form words. And words are combined to form sentences. So read properly. If you are in a hurry, you might choose sentence, but the correct answer is word. Inspection, quality, audit. So inspection checks quality, and audit checks what? So audit checks finance, process, accounts, risk. Which one? The correct answer is process. We might think audit means finance, auditing finance, accounts. No. But audit checks the credibility of a process. They'll check, auditor checks if a process is done properly. If it is a financial audit, if it is a financial audit, the auditor will check if the financial process is going on properly. If it is an accounts audit, they'll check the accounting procedure process. If it is a risk audit, they will check the risk process. But audit is a generalized term which checks the process. Volcano, eruption, star. So volcano erupts, star explodes. Okay, this is the answer. Star explodes, not shine, burn, collapse. Star explodes. Choose the best word. So here, like, we have to choose the best verb. Fill in the blanks. Always verb. So always learn your verb properly. The research term found that the chemical reaction was faster than they had. Okay, when you this is had signifies. When you look at a question, look at the verb had. They are what follows this? What kind of verb follows this? Had is past perfect tense. So past perfect, the structuring of the verb is had plus V3. Anticipate, anticipated, anticipated. So anticipated is the correct option. Due to budget constraints, the event was dashed next month. Um, you postpone an event. The another word for postponing is deferred. You don't reject it, you don't advance it. This is not a payment to advance it. This is not delayed. This is deferred. The software update comes with numerous enhancement, dash improved security and performance. Um, including. This is pretty common. You'll choose including improved security and performance. This is not includes, included, include. This is including. She is highly regarded for her commitment to excellence and her dash to continuous improvement. Commitment is a proper noun verb. So devotion would be the proper thing for it. They're not, this is a noun word. You don't use a verb over here. You use the noun form, devotion. Although the deadline was tight, The team managed to deliver the product ahead of, ahead, before of, in front of. The answer is ahead of. Ahead and of always comes together. Ahead doesn't come alone. Before comes alone. Before of is not a word. In front of is usually used for object placement. So the correct answer is ahead of. And I'll attach this PDF in the description box below. Um, the answer key is over here. You can practice it and check the answer. And verbal ability section is completed. And one how to solve this verbal ability, I would suggest I'll put that in a separate video. Let this be a question solving practicing session. I'll put that in the next video. And be tuned for the upcoming videos where I'll be talking about the next section. Mostly you have essay writing, English grammar, essay writing, and then you also have quants, logical reasoning, pseudocode. I'll solve every one of these. So if you're having your exams in the upcoming days, be tuned, be sure to watch. Thank you so much for watching this video. Share this to your friends who are also preparing, and don't forget to subscribe to get the videos. Okay, subscribe and click the bell button to get the videos properly in your notification so that you can practice. Thank you so much for watching. See you in another video. Till then, take care.